I got it! When I first heard about Dave being trapped in a maze...
1, 2, 3, 4!
I built a labyrinth. Can you believe it?
Dave is trapped in a cardboard maze in his living room and he can't get out.
Welcome to Dave Made a Minute, the podcast where a whole bunch of us are exploring the film Dave Made a Maze 1 minute at a time. The twist. Many of the participants have never seen the film. Some don't even know what film they're sampling. They get their minutes and they tackle them as they see fit. Here's your host from the Groundhog Day Project and Michael Myers Minute, Robert Black.
Minute 78. The animated closing titles come to an end and the scrolling credits begin. To tackle Minute 78, we have me, Robert Black of Michael Myers Minute, and I've got a special guest stopping by, assuming he behaves.
You come home, there's a giant maze in your living room. You're like, what the? There's a giant maze in my living room. I've heard of people rearranging the furniture, but this is wackadoodle crazy. Give me a sense of that.
This doesn't make any sense.
Is that a problem? Did you promise to my segment? My solution's no problem.
It's like a fucking cocktail party in here.
I get a few words from you before you go.
I'm going to backtrack a little. Sean and I talked about the animation somewhat, but not in detail. So Minute 77, second 16, close on the Minotaur and the sunset behind him as he walks. Second 19, reverse shot, sort of. The Minotaur is walking away from us now, but we are still facing the sun. Second 21, he raises his right hand, gives the I love you sign.
This is important.
Not yet. The image freezes and the Minotaur is replaced piece by piece to be animated. Second 24, party scene, random people. Minotaur walks through behind them. Directed by Bill Watterson. Second 26, we're behind the random people and between the Minotaur horns. The crowd parts and we see Jane is trying to get past the doorman. She fails. Screenplay by Stephen Sears and Bill Watterson. Story by Stephen Sears. Second 31, Hobo arrives and he gets Jane inside after she waves to us. To the Minotaur. Pan right into the party. In second 35, we've got Bryn and Greg. Produced by John Charles Meyer. Producer, John Choldenko. Bryn raises a hand. We move in closer. And second 44, we high-five her. And it explodes into a transition. Second 46, Harry, cameraman and boom operator. Executive producers, Carlos Gusco, Emerson Mactus. Pan left, past the Flemish tourists. Associate producer, Etienne Eckert. The male Flemish tourist raises his camera and takes our picture. The flash transitions us to Leonard and Gordon, second 54. Cinematographer, John Bull. Leonard waves to us in minute 78. Second 1. We've panned right to find Annie and Dave dancing. Editor, David Egan. They notice us and stop dancing simultaneously. They wave. Second 5, Annie grabs Dave's right hand and Dave gives a thumbs up with his gloved left hand. Cut to second 6, different background, random folks nearby. We're behind the Minotaur now and...
Not a safe place to be. Sorry.
Production designers, John Sumner, Trisha Gum. The Minotaur turns around, dancing. He stops, hops to his left, to his right, art director Jeff White. The Minotaur hops again to his left as the lyrics cut in on Tandemoro's Pinball. I didn't come here for political. The Minotaur hops to his right and stops, and the screen goes black on costume designer Daniel Salon. I came here for rock and roll. Music by Mondo Boys. You can have your little cynical. Sound designer Ugo Deroward. Don't need those troubles. Opening credits animation Kungmin Kim. Sipping my beer, playing pinball, yeah. Closing credits and additional animation Musa Booker and Platypus Pictureworks. Sipping my beer. Visual effects supervisor Cam Lieberg. Playing pinball, yeah.
Are you going to do every single credit?
No. Playing pinball, yeah. Second 31, the scrolling credits begin, and I've got a guest.
I've got this. When it would have been easy enough to stay out of danger, he used his own body as a guinea pig to give me a new hand, and I expected this reception. All men hate the wretched. How then must I be hated, who am miserable beyond all living things, yet you, my creator,
I didn't create
detest
you,
and
Dave
spurn
did.
me.
Or Stephen, Bill did.
The creature, to whom they are bound by ties only dissoluble by the annihilation of one of us. You purpose to kill me? How dare you sport thus with life?
You're quoting something. It won't work.
It has worked. You've given everything away.
Two can play these quoting games.
I had strings, but now I'm free. There are no strings on me. There are no strings on
Avengers Age of Ultron. May I ask you a few questions?
Do I talk first? Do you talk first? I'll talk first.
The Force Awakens. Do you have a name?
Styrian.
Can you tell me how...
For as long as I can remember, people have hated me. They looked at my face and my body and they ran away in horror. In my loneliness, I decided if I couldn't inspire love, which was my deepest hope, I would instead cause fear. I live because this poor half-crazed genius has given me life. He alone held an image of me as something beautiful.
You should have been here next minute with that one. Tell us about yourself.
Very well, where do I begin? My father was a relentlessly self-improving boulangerie owner from Belgium with a low-grade narcolepsy and a penchant for buggery. My mother was a 15-year-old French prostitute named Chloe with webbed feet. My father would womanize, he would drink, he would make outrageous claims like he invented the question mark. Sometimes he would accuse chestnuts of being lazy. Sort of general malaise that only the genius possess. And the insane lament.
Sounds familiar, but I don't know that one. What was it like living inside the maze?
Dave merely adopted the maze. I was born in it. Molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was 3 days old. By then it was nothing but blinding.
Dark Knight Rises?
Fine. You want a real answer? Real information that Dave Made a Maze audience might want to know? You and Sean were onto something last minute. If we assume the opening titles are canon to the story, we can assume the closing titles are as well. And all of my alleged victims are alive and well, and dancing.
So it's a happy ending.
I lost my home. Dave took it from me.
Well, not really.
I ain't a freaking monument to justice. I lost my home. I lost my bride. Dave has his home. Dave has his bride. You want to take my heartache, put it away and forget it?
Moonstruck. Actually, that brings me an obvious question there. You had a bride?
I won't answer that. I won't be very clear with you. I won't answer any questions about my personal life. So leave off. As for people's interest, I got a lot out of stalking. Learned a lot from it, you know? It's all I had, really, and my dreams. It's like people want me to pass that on in some way. So that's what I'm trying to do, pass it on. And that's all I have to say about that.
Assyrian, before you go, any comment on Johnny Impact taking credit for your part? Assyrian?
And then I could probably disarm all the traps. And then we could finish this maze. Who is with me?
That was me, Robert Black of the upcoming Greetings from Wonderfalls, taking on minute 78 of Dave Made a Maze. Next time on Dave Made a Minute, we've got a few tangents cut from minutes 75, 76, and 77 because sometimes podcasters talk a lot. And maybe I'll describe the credits from minute 79. Who knows?
Thank you for listening to Dave Made a Minute. Intro dialogue snippets were taken from Dave Made a Maze, directed by Bill Watterson, written by Bill Watterson and Steve Sears, and produced by John Charles Meyer. Intro music is Diversion by The Equals, featured in the film Dave Made a Maze, and Life Cycle of a Match by Parvis Decree. Outro music is Leaving This Godforsaken Place and Her Presence is Strong Here by Parvis Decree. Dave Made a Minute is a production of Lemming Drop Studio and all other featured podcast producers. You can find more content at lemmingdrops.com. Check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Dave Made a Minute. If you like what you hear, throw us a rating and review on your podcatcher of choice, and check out all of the participants' other shows to spread the love around. Again, thank you for listening.
As long as we're all working together, this is going to be fine. It's going to be great.
I need you to notify the families of everyone who died here today.
Totally. Wait, what?
See me, hear me, touch me, hear me, see me.